opportunity for you to tell us a bit about yourself, and also you can begin your presentation.
Thank you. First of all, I want to say thank you, Ras, that you included me as a speaker to this conference. I'm glad to participate in this conference. And yes, I start my presentation and I tell about me and about everything about my topic. Okay, let's start. I'm starting with first slide. My first slide. It is about my session. My session about modern workplace, Business Central, Teams, Viva, and bots, Power Virtual Agents. Thank you that you are still with us and you are ready to listen my session. I'm really glad to be here. Okay. A little bit about me. I'm Tatiana Popko. My specialization is Business Central. I have more than 14 years experience with this product. It was previously NAV. I believe that you know about it. And I worked with NAV from version 3.7 till Business Central. Now I'm working as functional consultant. I had different roles during my career from consultant till practice lead, and now I have a baby and I decided to work as functional consultant. I really like Business Central. I know a lot about this product and I like to use standard functionality. I try to suggest solution with minimum customization. That's why I really like Power Platform products that you can make some solutions without developers. And it is easy solutions and really great products what you can use in your daily life and extend your business and products. Okay, what about modern workplace and why it is so actual now? Um, we all know that from 2020 we face it with COVID and we were on self-isolation. And previously, we like to see our teams and collaborate with people. And when we stayed at home, we face it with issues that our workplace, it is now only laptop and all. You don't have special meeting rooms somewhere. Everything in your laptop, and you don't have any coffee meetings in different room. It is on your laptop, and of course it is important what technologies we used in our daily life for work now. And thank you, Microsoft, that we were prepared for this time, because until this year we already had Microsoft Teams, what we used a lot, Power Virtual Agent, previous version Power Virtual Agent we already had, Powerups, of course, Business Central. It was on cloud already, SharePoint, Power BI, and Power Automate. And now, of course, we have great improvements in these products. And of course, I like to share with you some ideas and some features how we can use Microsoft Teams, Business Central together, because my presentation is based on our workplace in Teams and how we can arrange our current work with Business Central and how we can improve our life in our new place in Teams, and how we can use platform products for that, and how can Viva helps us in our daily life, and what products from Viva I recommended to use. Okay, Microsoft Teams. I believe that everyone knows this product. I believe that you use it in everyday life. Really, people are social beings, and people need to communicate with other colleagues, with other persons, and that's why messengers are very popular, and that's why we need messengers now, and even we can't skip phone calls and use messages for every purposes, to type message, to speak with people, and to share knowledges and information. It is very useful now in our time. And of course, I'm glad that Microsoft announced it and developed this product for work. In Teams, we can create teams. Inside Teams, we arrange channels by specific areas. For example, I can create teams for specific project, and in specific project, I can divide channels by specific areas. Like I have implementation project, and I want to divide my channels by purchasing department, finance department, sales department, and it is also possible in Teams, and have some information inside specific channels and communication inside specific channels. Of course, we can use user groups and assign user group for specific teams and channels. And what is important now is that we can use internal and external team members. For example, if you use Teams, your project team in Teams, and you want to invite a customer to your Teams, you can do it. You can invite external members to your Teams channels and chats, and share this information inside specific group of people. And of course, for what is important, a team is integrated with SharePoint, and we can store files and use specific apps for teams and channels. Why it is interesting? If we divide teams by channels, we can assign specific apps for specific channels. What is necessary to use for finance department, for example, or for sales department. And also we can check specific files. And for each teams, we have SharePoint site. It is what about Teams, and I believe that you already use Teams in daily life. Dynamics Business Central. It is our product for everyday use, and you notice that when you have a browser, you have several tabs there, and when you switch your attention from one tab to another tab, you need to switch tabs, and to do it, you spend time to think about something. When you change application, you need time for procrastination. And when you have, when you need to do it, you are not so productive as can be. And I'm glad that for now we have application for Business Central in Teams. And we can use Business Central inside Teams. Uh, uh, it is not a full product, like we can use it on a web browser. Anyway, we can search some contacts, details about customer vendors, data about customer vendors, items, and other thing has a preview link, and it is easy because when you share information in channels, in team channels or chats, you see preview some links, and you don't need to click by these links to receive summary about customer, for example. There are some actions like you can print something from run print report from Teams in Business Central. And from Business Central, we have possibility to share links to Teams channels or specific people. We will see this extension, or not extension, application, and I show you how it looks like. But it is very nice. And when you open data from Business Central inside Teams, you see Business Central inside Teams. It is not separate window, and you don't need to switch between applications. Okay, what is interesting else what we can use in our daily life? I really like Power Platform products, Power Automate, Powerups, Power BI, and Power Virtual Agents. All these products have connectors and integration with Dataverse and AI Builder. In my session, I want to cover some of products. It is Power Automate, Power Apps, and Power Virtual Agent. Really, I want to cover Power Virtual Agent, but it is these products are integrated between each other. That's why I need to mention also about Power Automate and Power Apps. Power Automate. With Power Automate, we can automate our actions. We can connect some applications using connectors. Sorry. We can use data sources from different databases and sources. For example, it can be data from Business Central database, or it can be Excel sheet, or other sources like Power BI, Cube, and we can connect data and use some actions. And there are a lot of templates how to start to do something. When you go to Power Automate and go to templates, you will see that there are templates for data visualization or to send notification to Teams. And with Power Automate, we can make some actions without users. By some triggers, we can make actions. And it is very important. For example, we can send notification by event, or we can post documents by event, by trigger, and we will talk about triggers. If we are talking about Power Automate and Business Central, for now there are several possibilities to use these products together. It is, first of all, it was previously to use approval workflow templates using Power Automate inside Business Central. New features from last year, it was last year, yeah, I think, manual instant flow. No, it wasn't last year, it was spring this year. Run manual instant flow from Business Central, Power Automate flow from Business Central, and also any automated flow what you can run from other applications using Power Automate and has actions with Business Central. What connectors we have to Business Central in Power Automate? We have triggers and actions. Triggers, it is our event. If we create some flows in Power Automate, and for example, we want to use this flow in Power Apps, or we want to use some flow based on Business Central triggers, we can use our triggers here. It is like when we change record in Business Central, we can make some actions. And you can, you need to notice that, for example, you can use triggers from Business Central and do actions with Business Central or with other application as variant to send notification or to update Power BI report or something else like place document to Google Drive, or you can imagine something. And also actions. We can do some actions, and triggers can be different triggers. You don't need Business Central triggers. You can use Business Central triggers, but anyway, it can be different triggers. And you, in Power Automate, you can use both triggers and actions. Actions, what we can do in Business Central with Power Automate. And you see, we can get record and receive information about record, create record, delete, and a lot more. We don't see all actions here. Power Apps. Why I want to emphasize Power Apps? We are talking about teams, and it is really easy to create Power Apps for teams. Power Apps we need when we want to create a specific small or not big application to make some business task for specific users, and you don't want to use huge functionality from Business Center, and you want to connect different application, different products in one application, for example, to put data somewhere and see a report from Power BI, or to connect other applications. You can create apps for specific tasks, and in Power Apps you can use Power Automate features, what we discussed previously. And what is important, when you create apps, of course, you can create apps for tablets view and for phones, and you can run it in website by link, and it is easy to share apps and teams. And how we see these specific apps like our applications, we can also put here additional button with our own apps. And not only button here in the left side, we can also add tab for specific channel in Teams, like you can see in my screen. I added Powerups for finance people about close months, you see, and some data from Power BI report. Power Virtual Agent. Yes, and what about Powerups? To run Powerups to Teams, to export Powerups to Teams, it is easy. We have a button like Publish Powerups in Teams. Power Virtual Agent. I believe that you know it is a product from Power Platform to create bots. It is not only bots, it is intelligent bots because we have integration with Microsoft products such as Power Platform products, Power Automate features we can use in our bots. And when you have conversation with bot, you can run or some logic. For example, some people like to make something by himself, and they can use application like Powerups. For other people, it is easy to have conversation with someone, and when they are talking about something, they would be glad to have result after conversation. For example, we can create bot to add information about new contacts to Business Central, or to post invoice by number, or receive information from sales order. And you don't need to switch your applications. Even you don't need to open Business Central inside Teams. You can set up specific topics for your bot, for Power Virtual Agent, and receive information to your conversation with your bot, to your chat, with a specific link from Business Central, with specific information, and maybe also with specific reports from Business Central or from Power BI as variant. And what is important, for Power Virtual Agent, we can use different channels. That means you can publish your bot, of course, in Teams, and also in website, and in different channels. And it can be the same bot. In use what we had for Power Virtual Agent, it is possible to have conversation with Power Virtual Agent and then transfer information to live agent if it is necessary. What is scenarios where we can use Power Virtual Agent? Of course, the most common scenarios, it is customer services to have requests from users and to receive information from database, or from knowledge database, or from something, and to register support tickets and describe some issue. For finance department, it can be some approvals. It is like when you use bot, you need to know what you can do. The most common actions, it is to receive information from somewhere and use it in conversation. Next scenarios, it is put information to somewhere, or to run some processes by triggered phrases or triggered words. As example, when user tells to user tells to Power Virtual Agent, please post this invoice, and our Power Virtual Agent, intelligent agent, goes to Business Central and posts this invoice. Of course, it is possible to arrange some processes like submit expenses for approvals, for example, for finance department, or um, uh, to book leave and absence, to register leave and absence for HR departments, or to send information, provide information for users about company benefits or company rules. As variant, you have database, and some users need to know specific information about company policy, about expenses as variant, and based on users and user group, you can provide specific information with chatbot, and you don't need for that specific person. It can be Power Virtual Agent, but yes, you need to set up this Power Virtual Agent. With IT department, it is possible to make some easy actions like reset my password on background, or of course register support tickets, or to order some equipments from some vendors as variant if you have integration with vendors, or to use specific links from sites. From operations department, in many cases where you can use Power Virtual Agent to check some data in documents and send notification, or to find and provide some related documents for users, for vendors, for customers, and of course for sales and marketing. You can imagine how many scenarios there are. What channels we can use for Power Virtual Agent? Of course, it is Teams. It can be website, it can be Facebook, it can be Telegram. You register apps and you use this link as an app in your applications. How we can work, how we can use Power Apps and Power Virtual Agent with Power Automate. We can create solutions via Power Automate and connect to a lot of applications using Power Automate. It is important. We have like Powerups and Power Virtual Agent. Power Virtual Agent, it is like a specific apps, but with conversation, where you have trigger as triggered phrases and words, and you can use also Power Automate and connect to different applications. When we are talking about Power Virtual Agent and Power Automate, as triggers, we don't have triggers here from Power Automate. You need to forget about it, because trigger will be phrases or words from conversation, and you can use action in Business Central to do something. And based on integration, we can connect Business Central and Power Platform and provide information in Teams, or to use Business Central apps inside Teams. And it is also possible to run, of course, Business Centrals from Teams and send some notification to, for example, Power Virtual Agent based on scenarios, based on business logic in Business Central. I suggest to check Viva Products first, and then continue with demo. We will see how much time we have. Okay, Viva Products. Viva, it is the separate product from Microsoft, and We received it in COVID time. With Viva, we received several products and now we have more. I didn't mention all products here. I wanted to mention some interesting. We have Viva Connections. With Viva Connections, we connect SharePoint site to Teams. I will emphasize that what we can use inside Teams from Viva. Viva Insight, I believe that you all know this product, and you receive everyday mails about actions, what you need to do, or what is still waiting, something. Viva Learning, it is great product, what we can use in Teams, and we can arrange our education project process and also onboarding process for customers using Viva Learning inside Teams. We can connect, we can use sources, Microsoft Learn, Coursera, and find some learning materials there. Viva Topics, it is a really interesting product based on artificial intelligent search, and with Viva Topics, we can receive summary by specific topic. System analyze all information what you have in your environment and suggest to create specific topics with this information, like who is involved to these topics, what topics it is, what documents are related to these topics. It is really interesting. And new products, what we received from Viva, Viva Goals. It is like a little bit like tasks, but it is goals. You can create goals and skills and see products progress from users about your goals and to share goals for your team. So Viva Connections, when you run Viva Connections, you receive SharePoint site, and it is not only landing page site with the landing page. You can set up what you want to see there, and you also see my sites, my news, what is more relevant for specific users, and you don't need to switch applications one more time. You see your SharePoint page inside Teams. How looks Viva Topics? You see that in my text I had phrase, and by this phrase I see that I have topics. Topic, I can check topic card from this side and also open this topic card in Topic Center to see related information about users, about documents, and use it. It is very nice to new people who started to work for company and they don't know terminology, for example, or they don't know some specific customer requirements. It is possible to create topic cards, and it is possible to create topic cards manually also to see some specific information. And of course, you can divide information by users, and user can see information what is available for them. As variant, if you have you have a topic what was created automatically, and you have a list of documents there, and user will see documents what only available for him, not all documents from SharePoint. Viva Learning, I told you that it is amazing to have this product and use it for onboarding and use it like like a list of resources what users need to check to make some task. It can be onboarding for company, or with Viva Learning you can arrange education for customers. For example, you had training by specific area in Business Central for finance people, and you can find and provide specific materials for users. You can save it for channel, like tab in channel, and add the Viva Learning with materials. And for new users, it will be helpful to have all materials in this channel. You need to add only users and to channel, and user will see what materials are applicable for him, for this channel. You can choose some materials for your personal learning, and recommend some materials for colleagues, and put also due dates, like a task what they need to see and review before this date, and can see progress here. It is like recommendations, sorry. And Viva Goals. You see that in Viva Goals we have flow, goals flow, and it is like a task for specific users, from specific users, and we can see progress and timelines, and also use these goals in our Teams channels and chats. And yes, we have, if we can use Viva Learning, Viva products in Teams. These products are separate product, but anyway, these products are very important for modern workplace. If you work with Teams, please check more information about these products. You like it. Some resources. Okay, before we go to resources, I want to show you some demo. I want to start with Business Central app, how we can use it, and what it is. In apps, we have Business Central. Business Central app. And you see here we have some preview, and we can open it. Anyway, I have it for my users, and you see that I can search some contacts here. Like I can find my customer or vendor, and use this information in my conversation. When I choose this customer, I see card. It is adaptive card with some details about customer or contact, and I can, if I click detail, you see that I open Business Central app. Oh, sorry, it is not this account. I have to use this one. Lot of demo environments. Waiting. When we log in to Business Central, when you install Business Central and try to go to Business Central, first time you see you can use and set up environment where you want to go, environment and company. And from here, you see that it is application inside Teams. And from here, I can click and check, navigate, for example, customer for this contact, and I can click and check balance as variant. And also, for example, I want to add functions like send email or create new document or use different possibilities from Business Central inside Teams. And I don't need to go somewhere else. It is enough for me to work with Business Central inside Teams. And it is very useful. Okay. I close this data, and I can send this data for Megan, and you see that we have here preview. You see, I had sent some links about items also, and I see preview here. My item card has picture, and also this picture available here, and how we can see general journal line. Not too much details, but anyway, general journal. And of course, you can use it in chats, channels, and if you go to Business Central, we can share information to Teams. As variant, I can use a link and share to Teams. I need to log in again. For now, my work, it is about 5% of time when I need to log in somewhere. I don't know, I'm only one who spent too much time to log in everywhere. And yes, you see that I want to send Megan purchase invoice, and system added here adaptive card about my purchase invoice. If I come back here, I will see that my purchase invoice is here. If we want to send some information from Business Central to Teams. And what I wanted to show you else, it is very nice. Power Virtual Agent, and how easy we can create Power Virtual Agent bot. For now, it is available to create Power Virtual bots for everyone in Teams. There are some license restrictions. You can use standard version Power Virtual Agent for free in Teams and create bots in Teams for free. If you want to use some flows, you need extended license. Anyway, to start bot, it is easy. I run button. I can choose a channel where I want to create bot. Takes some time. I need to name my bot like botic. And also for bot, I can choose one language, and you see there are a lot of languages what are available now. For now, I want to use English. When I create bot, system creates bots with some topics like greetings and some topics to say goodbye, and I don't need to create these topics, or I can modify topics if I need it, if I need to do it. You see, here we have a lot of documentation and some suggestions how to work with bot, what to do. It is not all. Yes, for now it is ready, I believe. We need to see all menus active for Power Virtual Agent. My chatbot. Sorry. I created one. My chatbot. No, system didn't create it for me. Okay. Strange. I want to use standard button start now, what I made 100 times, and it works perfectly. Yes, you see that it was something interesting, and anyway, I have now my chatbot, Botic. Today it is something interesting I have with Power Virtual Agent. And we have some sample topics here about greetings, escalate, some questions, and start goodbye and thank you. What is interesting for you here we can use function suggest topics. If you have database with some data and you have files or web pages with questions and answer, you can load this data to your bots, to topics. For example, I have frequently asked question link you see from about Business Central. If I go to my bot and put my link here, I don't want to create topics manually, and I can use suggested topic feature. System analyze this resource and suggest some topics for me. We are waiting. Magic. You can use different sources. As variant, you decided to transfer some request, user request to conversation with bots, and you have somewhere materials. You can load these materials as a topic to your bot, and you can use some features for that. It is not manual work. You see that some topics were suggested, and we can see and use these topics in our conversation. We can transfer these topics to existing topics. And what I wanted to show you as variant, now status is off. I want to on this topic. We have triggered phrases here. We can change these phrases. For example, BC or something else, and by this phrase, the system will suggest us messages. And as variant, I can change this message to my Business Central environment link. As variant, I can use my link from Megan from Purchase Invoice. You can use link from your environment. I didn't save it, that's why I don't have it here. Okay, and I can replace this topic by link as variant. And I can also test my bot like hi PC. And you see that bot provided me information with my link to Business Central. For example, if you have several environments and several companies, you can create some topics with specific links. It is easy solutions for integration, Power Virtual Agent and Power Bots. How you can set up links Power Virtual Agent and Business Central. And of course, in conversations, you can use Power Automate Flow. I see that today we are not in time to see this example. Anyway, I skip it. To publish your bot, you can use publish. Yes, I want to publish latest content. Every time it takes time to do something in Power Virtual Agent. Okay, well, I will have it in progress. Please check some resources. I can send you in our chat, some resources if you want. And you can see these resources and check. Sorry. I see. Yes, it is links. Yeah, it is. Yes, you can check resources here. No.
Hopefully, it'll allow you to post it. So usually, when there's a long message, Tatiana, it
yeah,
it prevents you, doesn't it?
Okay.
Unless you
Okay.
paste the first half and then paste the second half, it should work hopefully.
Okay. I will do it. And you can edit details to allow users to add bot to teams, save, and I can save details and open this bot in Teams. You see how it's easy to create a bot for Teams. It is very easy, and you can have chat with your bot immediately. and to share your bots for some channels or users and use it. And about Viva, what I shown you in my presentation, you have Viva Connections here, and what is very nice, it is Viva Learning. Please check Viva Learning. It is very nice product. You can create my learning, you can create learning paths for your organization. You can search like some materials, and system will provide you information from different sources, and you can add this to your bookmark and recommend to users and see related topics. It is very nice what you can use in Teams. Okay, I come back to my presentation. I will send you resources, I think after presentation, and I want to tell you thank you and maybe answer for your questions.
Thank you so much, Tatiana. So there's a lot of exciting features you shared with the community today. For those who were looking to learn about how to learn the functionality of Business Central, I think what Tatiana has done is gone above and beyond, showing you the far wider features and functionalities that would benefit your organization. So one of the questions by IK, they was asking, what is the difference between Power Automate and Power Virtual Agents? And I think the reason why he's asking that question is because you can create a process in Power Automate and you can also do it in Power Virtual Agents. So I think he's confused as to what the actual difference is between the two.
You know that when you want to copy solution with Power Virtual Agent, you will impress that it is apps. It is solution. It is like an apps, but it is like an apps with conversations. It is a separate product based on conversation. If you create app, you need to create a view of app and also to add logic and put some buttons in specific places and specific fields. You need to define each field as variant and, for example, show reports. When you use Power Automate, you have only conversation. You are working with topic entities and you need to, and also connectors with Power Automate. And based on conversation, you receive some logic or some information, It is like application inside conversation. It is separate product.
Excellent, Tatiana. So essentially what you're saying there, Tatiana, is that Power Automate is actually a subset of virtual agents. Virtual agents has a lot more capabilities, provides an interface, provides that conversational intelligence, the AI capabilities that you don't get in Power Automate. You have to build that yourself.
You're absolutely right. Power Automate, it is only tool what you can use inside Power Virtual Agent.
Excellent. So Hanny's asking, please explain the premium tag on the Power Automate slide. Is that a licensing level?
Yes, it is licensing level. You can use standard license or free license or premium license. With premium license, you have more connectors and you can combine applications, for example, and there are a list of actions what you can do with usual license and premium license. You can find it on Microsoft Docs.
That's right. Any other questions? Okay, no other questions, Tatiana. But thank you for sharing the links as well in the chat. That's been really helpful. And I think what you've done is gone far beyond the ERP and traditional ERP. You've actually broken the boundaries on your session today by breaking the traditional boundaries of ERP by showing all these collaboration integrations and features and capabilities. So thank you so much for doing that, Tatiana. So as we wrap up the last session of the day, Tatiana, would you like to make any announcements or share any news to the community?
I'm really glad. Thank you for having me here on this event. It is my first time, and please join to next day for tomorrow. I checked that there are a lot of spectacular sessions will be there, and I would be glad to participate in second day also.
Thank you so much, Tatiana. It was a great pleasure for you joining at such a late time. So we really appreciate that. And hopefully we'll be able to see you at the next conference, maybe in person, hopefully.
I believe so. Yes, I'm a speaker for Directions EMEA this year. It will be in Hamburg, and I believe a lot of people will be there on
Thank you so
that
much.
conference.
Thank you, Tatiana. That's excellent. It was a great pleasure to have you here today. So thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you
Bye.
so much,
Have a
Tatiana.
nice day.